right, it's a lot of talk about who is the face of boxing right now. Let's talk about the conversation. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Like I said, it's subjective. You know, it goes on pretty much everybody's opinion, who you believe the best or who the most popular in fighting is right now in boxing. All right, you know, people can go off numbers, you know, but really, how do you track Canelo numbers on the zone where they don't release his numbers? You know what I'm saying? How can you track Anthony Joshua numbers when they don't release his numbers? How can you track Wilder when his pay-per-view numbers ain't released? Lomachenko, you know, who the face of boxing, he ain't even been on pay-per-view yet. Crawford numbers ain't been that good. Errol Spence numbers are debatable, especially versus Sean Porter. So when you talk about the face of boxing, it's really subjective. You know, somebody from England might tell you Anthony Joshua the face of boxing, and from their perspective, it is. Somebody in America might tell you Errol Spence or Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing. You know, depends. It really, really depends on, you know, who you speak to or what perspective you on. But don't get it confused. Just because you're the most popular, you the face of boxing, it don't mean you the best boxer out there. Let me say that again. Just because people say you the popularity guy or you the face of boxing, it don't mean you the best. De La Hoya was what? One of the, you know, probably the highest selling fighter of his generation for the most part. In his prime, he got what, 25 million. Bernard Hopkins got a flat fee of 10 or whatever it was. He was the cash cow. But the cash cow don't make you the best boxer. The cash cow don't mean you got the best resume. You just commercial. It's kind of like rap. Somebody might tell you back in the day, you know, I can't even give you artists off top. Somebody would tell you right now that, hey, you know, Future was the best rapper commercially. Oh, Drake was the best commercial rapper. But me and you both know that lyrically, he couldn't mess with Big Crit. Or lyrically, he wasn't messing with Kendrick. He wasn't messing with Cole. Or he wasn't messing with, you know, Jay Electronica. You know, or guys like that. But commercial-wise, people will say, of the last 10 years, going from 2010 to 2009, that Drake, you know, probably is the face of hip-hop or the face of rap. But you get somebody else that's really comes from the KRS-One and comes from the Run DMC, and they know their roots from the 80s to the 90s to the early 2000s to now, they might have a different perspective on it. So it's all about flavors. There's no one clear guy that's paving the way in boxing. I think the face of boxing is a collective effort. And it can be even a better collective effort if the Zone, Premier Boxing Champions, and Top Rank work with each other and establish a face of boxing. Or establish new stars. But what they finding out is they can't do it on their own. They can't be Kobe. Right now, the Zone, Top Rank, and Premier Boxing Champions are like Kobe with Smush Parker and Kwame Brown and guys like that. That's what they are right now. Everybody want to go out there and gun for 70, 80 points and prove that they can do it on their own, but it got to be a team effort. It has to be a team effort. Say it again. Has to be a team effort. They have to work together to establish a star. They have to use their network. They have to use their network, you know, teaming up with their networks and establish that. And work together and deliver a fight. Without Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence doesn't become a star. Or without Errol Spence and Canelo, Errol Spence doesn't become a star. Without, you know, Anthony Joshua and the Ruiz winner and Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder can't become a star. Same thing for Crawford. You know, for Canelo, he's a star in his own right. I don't think Canelo cares about tapping into the American popularity contest or the white America or black America or over there in England. I think he's comfortable doing what he's doing because he knows that he's going to get that 35 million regardless. But if we playing big bank, take little bank, and that's what you're going off of, well, you got to look at what AJ bringing in. You got to look at what Canelo bringing in. But nobody knows for sure how much they're bringing in because they have endorsements. They have, you know, Mexican TV deals and UK TV deals. So they get money. But guess what? Canelo is ignored by white America. Canelo is ignored by Black America. There's only so many hardcore fans out there. You know what I'm saying? And for Lomachenko, hey, he needed Tank Davis to cross him over into that audience. Look at Tank. Tank ain't fought nobody. But guess what? Tank ticket sales numbers is better than most. Tank actually moving real ticket sales, now. Now that he the main event, he ain't no longer helping pack the house for Adrian Broner. Tank got a real fan base. That's a fact. Tank fan base is probably, at this point in his career, is better than everybody on this list, not probably named Canelo. Or anybody you can think of. Tank got a real following. But does that mean Tank pound for pound? Did that make him a realer fighter than Lomachenko in some people's opinion? No. You know what I'm saying? It don't. So when you talking about the face of boxing, it's no one that's clearing the board. It's no one like Mayweather, Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? That's universally known from Mexico all the way to the Philippines, to Australia, to China, to Japan, to Korea, North, South, all the way back to Hawaii, back to Mexico, up to Canada, back to, South America, Africa, the continent. There's nobody that name that ring bells. When Mike Tyson became the youngest heavyweight champion, he would get off planes in other countries and they would roll out the red carpet for him and give him a crown, and he was praised everywhere. Like the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, go anywhere and they knew him. That's star power. Oscar De La Hoya at his height, that's star power. Floyd Mayweather at his height, that's star power. Sugar Ray Leonard at his height, that's star power. Right now, you have a Latin star and you have a United Kingdom British star in Anthony Joshua, but who's the international star who can captivate America and everywhere else? That's what you got to ask yourself right now. That's what you got to ask yourself. And it's still being established. Nobody going to look back in this era of boxing and say, oh, this was the Mayweather era, the Pacquiao era, the Roy Jones era, the Ray Leonard era, the Oscar De La Hoya era, whoever. There's not that one established star. One of the reasons why is because these dudes not fighting on free TV no more. Or they're not fighting on HBO at its height when they were doing 5 to 10 million viewerships. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are getting money prematurely, and now the numbers don't matter. They getting paid like they $1 million pay-per-view stars 10, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. See, some of them getting paid like they $3 million pay-per-view stars. So that they money tell them they pay-per-view stars, but their numbers not matching their money. And when that happens, some got to shake. This is why you hear Bob Arum saying, hey, we got to take the show on the road, internationally, South Africa, Belfast, and China. This is why you hear behind the scenes, Al Heyman begging Floyd Mayweather to come back and fight Manny Pacquiao. Fight a Khabib. You know what I'm saying? This is why you hear PBC is in financial trouble. They might sell, or they need Dana White. Because they burning money. All PBC need is one to rise up and be that star. All the Zone need is one to rise up and be that real star. Well, they need a few. All Top Rank need is one to rise up and be that star. All Eddie Hearn need is one to rise up and be that star. I mean, my whole goal wouldn't be to try to be the face of the boxing if I was a boxing star. Especially if I'm in my 20s. Now, if I'm in my 30s, and if I had put in the groundwork like Floyd Mayweather did, yeah, I'm ready to be a star. But my 20s, I'm trying to kill everything that's moving. I'm trying to have the Shakur, the Devin Haney mindset. You supposed to kill shit early, build the foundation, and then you can pick and choose your fights and do it like Floyd did. But everybody so concerned with being the face in the boxing, when you key in on stuff like that, it usually don't happen. But hey, let me know who you guys think the face of boxing is. I don't think it's a face. I think it's a joint effort. I think it's Joshua. I think it's Wilder. I think it's Canelo. I think it's Spence. I think it's Crawford. I think it's Lomachenko. I think it's Tank. I think it's a cumulative. It's a team effort. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully Al and Bob and Eddie and Oscar all can work together to really establish a few stars to really pull the sport up. But hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Want to make a donation, just share the video. I appreciate the love, support. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Share the video one time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfellas Sports TV. and we gone.